Tuesday, Transformation Tuesday. We're going to talk about my friend Tanner's amazing transformation that he made. And I'm going to invite him on to tell you all about it. So, welcome to my new series. This is called Essentials of Excellence, and I'm Hannah. I'm a success coach with Jaeger Training, and I love to interview people that are amazing people doing excellent things in their realm. He built a business without the online fluff, and that's what I want to know about, how he did it. And acting, yay! We got it!
Oh my gosh, is this happening?
This is happening.
Wow.
Fourth time's the
Hold
charm.
on here 1 second.
Fourth time. So I'll tell people how we met. So we met in Jaeger Training's NLP prac training last May.
Yep.
And he was so mean to me. Just kidding. Tanner was awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, and since then we've both grown so much. We've accomplished a lot of things, and I just wanted to interview him because he's awesome and he's doing really well, and I want us to give us some tips on how he does such excellent things. So do you kind of want to talk about your story, some depth, and how you moved to Austin and what happened there?
Yeah, definitely. So up to 2 years ago, I had heard of Austin like 3 times. I'm born and raised in north central Montana. And I grew up in like a sports family. Like literally, I always had a ball in my hands. And my dad was a sports coach. He was a football coach, and that was just what was in my blood growing up. And anyway, got an offer to go play college football, even though I played 3 sports in high school, and went on to play football at Montana State to become an All-American. And football is like a brotherhood. And up to, like I said, over 2 years ago, I didn't even know Austin existed. And a buddy who I played with at Montana State was from Austin, and he saw what I was doing with training up in Montana, and he just reached out and said, hey man, have you ever considered moving down to Austin? It's a very healthy place, a lot of health conscious people. I think you'd love it down here, and my parents have a gym. Would you be interested in coming? And I know that sounds crazy, and it is crazy, but there was also part of me in my heart that always wanted to travel and see the country and live outside of where I grew up. Mm-hmm. And so I signed a short lease and moved to Austin, Texas. And that was 2 years ago. And unfortunately, the gym scenario didn't work out, but everything happens for a reason.
So did you give up?
Yeah, so like, I mean, I think, one of the things we were talking about earlier off camera is, entrepreneurship. I think it's like a sexy word these days, like be an entrepreneur, and, there's a ton of upside to it. But the truth is when I left the gym, I was scared. I mean, 1,700 miles away from people that I had a connection with, like I had an in. And then to be in a place that's massive compared to where I grew up and literally have nothing, as far as the only thing I had was an idea, and I wanted to train people. I knew that, but as far as business, I didn't have anything.
So you essentially built everything you have today from scratch in Austin.
Yeah, exactly. And so one of the things is like, growing up and stuff, like I was raised to be an employee. And I think there's a thing called an employee mindset, where you literally are conditioned to like go to school, get a job, work for 40 hours a week, retire and stuff like that, work for 40 years. And for me, I had to get my mind around a mindset of what an entrepreneur actually is. And my stepping stone to being on my own for my own training business was the vehicle of network marketing. And a lot of people, that name has a very negative connotation, but that was the thing that gave me the courage, so to speak, to kind of be on my own, even though I wasn't, because it's called an intrapreneur. That was the gateway to allowing me financially and also having the mental mindset to step out on my own. And so I had been doing that in the background, and it's something that I love, but it was the gateway to allowing me to be on my own, and getting out and starting my own business that was just me.
Hmm. So, how long have you been doing online or mobile training? I mean.
Yeah, so what ended up happening is, I feel like, so many people will come and, they think about, man, I'd love to be on my own, but I just don't know what to do.
Hmm.
And honestly, that's me to a T. Like I literally knew this. I knew that I wanted to train people because I knew that I had a gift to train people. I knew I had no facility. I knew I had no equipment. I didn't know as far as insurance requirements. I didn't know as far as marketing. I didn't know branding. I knew one thing. I had a desire to train people, and I had a burning, burning passion that I could do this. And so what I'm saying is you don't have to see the whole vision in order to get doing what you're meant to be doing. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's the truth. You don't have to see the whole picture.
Hmm. So, how did the NLP training help help you? The one with
Yeah,
the
so like one of the things, and we were talking about this earlier, is I think a thing that is crucial for anybody that wants to be an entrepreneur is you have to have a growth mindset.
Hmm.
If you choose not to have a growth mindset, the thing is you only know so much. And once you get into the entrepreneur world, you learn that you know so little, and you have to learn. When it came to the NLP part, when you do your own business, you're doing business with people. How can you do business with people if you don't understand how people think, how people react, how body language? The thing is NLP was an absolute accelerator. Like it was like pouring gas onto a fire as far as growing my knowledge base for being able to handle different types of clients. See, I mean, it doesn't matter how much you know about anything if you don't know how to communicate with people.
Hmm.
And NLP, the class that we took together, was an absolute game changer for just getting to a place of, I want to say, understanding of other people, their actions, their emotions, their logic, and coming to a place of just peace.
Cool.
That's how I'd describe it.
Awesome. So, did you see
Yeah.
changes in your business after that? After our course?
Yeah, for sure. And what I would say is this: there's a mentor of mine. His name's Rod Hairston, and he has a book. It's called "Are You Up for the Challenge?" And one of the things that he always says is, he says, "There is no there." And one of the things that I feel like I was, when it came to the NLP class, it was phenomenal. All of that was great. But what I would say is this: never ever think that you have all the answers, because
Hmm.
once you do that, that's when bad things usually creep back in. So, was the NLP class an absolute game changer? Did it accelerate my business? 1000%. But in that same sentence, I would say never ever think that you're going to have all the answers and stop growing.
Oh yeah, it's always a continued process. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I learned that
Yep,
the hard
for
way,
sure.
thinking like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
I'm
I think
done.
we ought.
No.
What's funny is I think the truth is now obviously there's a lot of pride and there's a lot of ego out there, but like if you really really admit it, like most of us learn things the hard way because that's the only way it sinks in. And I'm with you there.
Hmm. So, when you started getting like solid bookings in your week, you didn't have like a social media presence, a website, right?
Oh gosh, no.
So how
No.
did you do that? How did you get booked without everything that they tell you you need online?
Yeah, for sure. And I think one of the things that makes it really challenging for people to step out of their comfort zone is, and to like go into that entrepreneurial space, is you're like, man, I didn't realize I needed all these things. But the truth is you don't need as much as you think.
Hmm.
And basically what I said is I said, look, I need people because I can't train myself and make money. I mean, I haven't figured that out yet. So I went where I knew people would be, which was networking groups. And
Hmm.
I literally put myself out there, and this was my pitch. I mean, it's very, very basic. I was like this: look, after listening to what you said, even though I don't know who you are, you don't know who I am, I know that I can for sure help you if you're willing to give me a chance. And so what it came down to was an insane amount of courage, a lot of wall kicking moments, because a lot of people will go like this: thanks and no thanks, and like literally enter your life and exit your life like that. The thing is I just had this bigger calling. I was like, no. Like a lot of people told me no, and all it took was one person. And every single training that I was able to get, I literally went into it with a mindset of, this is a trial training. This isn't guaranteed. There's so many trainers in Austin. Like, if you're gonna slack off and not bring your best, that person as the client has thousands of different options to go work with somebody else. So I told myself, I made myself an agreement. I said, I'm gonna put everything I have into this 1 hour. And that's how it started, because I had nothing. I remember going to bed at night being like this: I will do anything to have one person to train.
Wow.
And that was 1.5 years ago.
Yeah.
And obviously things have changed.
In quality of service and passion goes so far. Just that consistency. You demonstrate it so well, and to everyone watching, I've actually done a session with him, so I can speak to his talent, and I trained him too. It was fun. But yeah, just that passion, you can tell immediately if someone is doing something because they love it or they're doing it for the money. Like, you can immediately tell.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
and I definitely think, like, I don't mean to interrupt, but you're getting me fired up, because, you know,
Good.
for me, I've had every excuse. I've had every excuse and every reason to not do training. First off, a lot of people, I have a microbiology degree, a bachelor's in science. A lot of people don't understand why I was doing what I was doing. And so I've had to do a lot of like quiet time. And I mean, like, times where I was lonely, feeling like, what am I doing with my life? And like coming to this place, like, do I really want this? And what it came down to is I was so, I guess, rooted in what I was doing. I had such a solid why behind what I was doing. It didn't matter if somebody said no to me. I didn't care about that. It was just, I will, like, and the other thing too is I feel like people these days are more aware of others' intent than ever. Like, here's the thing: if you're not doing things with the right intent, meaning if I'm just training people because I want money, that will never lead to a sustainable business.
Yeah. Well, and you can feel it, like, energetically. But I've shot with photographers that were like, yeah, I'd rather be shooting this kind of photography, or like, I've like done things with people and they admit to me, just because they like to open up to me, that they'd rather be doing something else. And I'm like, well, but why are you doing this then? It's like, no one's forcing you to do this. And it just, you're not going to get a repeat client if you're not passionate about what you do.
No. And you just, I mean, if it really comes down to it, I mean, it's like, my whole mission was to find something that never felt like I was, like, it didn't feel like it was a drag.
Yeah.
I know that sounds super basic, but
no.
the truth is I've done those jobs where it's literally 8 in the morning and it feels like I've been there for 10 hours, even though I've only been there for 30 minutes.
Yeah. Oh God. Ugh.
I literally, horrible. like swear, horrible. I was literally training, I was training a client today, and I was like, oh crap, like I literally ran out of time, because like it just, we were going.
Yeah.
You know, and for me, that's all I ever wanted to do. I just wanted to be able to do something that didn't feel like I was wasting my time or it was boring.
So, thanks, Jennifer. She says, Tanner's so inspiring. I need to hear this message right now. So that's awesome. Thanks for watching.
Awesome.
Can you give some advice to those entrepreneurs that are just starting out, that kind of feel lost in this whole, like, I need this. Like, can you give some advice for them?
Yeah, I think one of the things is you got to do that internal work. I mean, you know, it's funny because you can talk about maybe you could use the term about me being an overnight success as far as like a year and a half to have a flourishing training business. But like getting back to my start where it was in network marketing, the truth is there were so many awkward, terrible moments of like, here's the thing. What it comes down to as an entrepreneur is this: how much are you willing to fail and to keep on going?
Yeah.
I honestly feel like there are more people that quit on the right track than ever before.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you are on the right track if you are failing forward.
Yeah.
If you genuinely enjoy what you're doing and you genuinely like the contribution and the impact that you make to the world, then why are you stopping it? Because here's the thing: the money down the road will show up.
Mm-hmm.
Stop doing something only for the money, because again, that's going to bleed through. And what I would say is this: like, I don't care, like, this is my thought process. I don't care if your passion is knitting. If you're the best knitter in the world and you are passionate about it, you'll find a way to make a living out of it.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
So like, stop listening to what the world's telling you to do and start listening to what your heart and soul is telling you to do, because the answer gets very clear.
Yeah. And I do want to add that Tanner actually, you know, after we go through our training in NLP and whatnot, we kind of help each other. We hold each other accountable. Tanner actually reached out to me while I was in LA at a low point and just feeling really lost and unsure what to do. And he was so helpful in helping me, you know, make those hard decisions I needed to make, because I was staying stuck in this mindset of like, I feel like I'm failing and I don't know what to do and just not moving forward. So I do want to shout out for, you know, being such a good friend and helping me with that.
Yeah, anytime. And I think, you know, the thing is Hannah, is like, I think about this a lot. How many times in a day do you have a thought that comes by you that is thinking about somebody else and say, hey, I just want to know how they're doing? Like, one of the things I think I wonder how Hannah's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And the truth is like, if you want to really brighten up your day, it's very simple. Check in with somebody else and see how they're doing and get lost in their world.
Yeah. A phone call makes such a difference these days. Like, no one uses the phone anymore. So if you want to be different or special, like, pick up the phone.
Yeah, totally. And I think too is I mean, just showing that you care. I know that sounds basic, but thing is like, genuinely showing that you care. And the other thing is this: doing things without expectation. Like, when I called you, when I reached out to you or anybody, I'm not being like, oh my gosh, like, well, I'm going to do this because I want this from this person.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that really comes across in a bad way, and you're going to get outed if the reason you're reaching out to people is for an ulterior motive rather than just to say, hey man, or hey, how are you doing?
Yeah. And I think that goes back to taking care of yourself, because when you feel full, when you feel content, you are more able and more interested in helping other people. But if you're feeling fragmented, if you're feeling stressed out and desperate or whatever, and you're doing something for the wrong reasons, that's when, people can tell, they can pick up on it.
Totally.
So take care of yourself, people. Put yourself first. So I think we're almost at time. I did want you to share, how can people find you, and kind of tell them a little bit more about your business and what you do for them.
Yeah, definitely. So like, first off, I mean, to this day, I know that my area is to be better in is I could be a lot better in social media. I think for me, like, I literally love to get lost in other people when I train them. Like, I'm horrible at videoing when it comes to like my training sessions, because I'm literally so lost in my clients. Like, I'm like, I'm focused on like, how can I challenge this person? How can I make their workout even better, the best part of their day?
That's
So
good.
I could be better on social media. Tanner Bleskin. I've got a business page. It's called TJ Edge Fitness. I post in there occasionally. The content's good. I don't do it consistently. Again, I never started this business to be of like, it was just, I wanted to be of service to people. It wasn't to like get the great shot and to do all that. You know, for me, if it really came down to it, is this. Like, how would I describe what I do is this. Nobody that I talk to comes from a place of, look, man, I don't know why you would ever exercise. You have to be crazy. Nobody objects to that, but a lot of people don't exercise on a consistent basis like they know they need to.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that I really try to help people do is this. First off, I want to get on the same page as them and really see their world. Secondly is I want to challenge them in a joint friendly way. If I kick your butt and you can't walk tomorrow, are you going to be excited to see me again? No, like, so the thing is I use a crap ton of injury prevention exercises to really help people feel their best, but then also to use the workouts as a foundation to literally go and crush your day. Everything that you do is connected, and getting your health and getting your body in shape literally helps every other area of your life. And I really try to help people see the bigger picture of like, look, you're getting your health back, but you're also becoming a better husband. You're becoming a better wife. You're becoming a better worker. You're becoming a better person at loving yourself. And really, like, it's tying every single thing together. You know, like I said, I talked about the nutrition aspect that I do with network marketing. I talked about the mindset coming with NLP.
Yeah.
And then the exercise is literally, I have a certification. It's called CSCS, Certified Strength and Conditioning Specialist. It was a very, very challenging thing, but literally it's coming at it from a wholeness approach. And that's literally what my mindset is. And also too is there is no one same person. And so every plan is customized to people, and the delivery, it has to be different for everybody, because how you come across makes all the difference in getting the results.
Awesome. Yeah, so having that, you know, the trio, the nutrition, the fitness, and the mindset, it's all together. It's so important, and that's something I coach with now too. If I am coaching the fitness and nutrition, it's, you know, it starts within, and it starts with how you think about it and your relationship with yourself and exercise and food, and that's kind of essential. That a lot of people miss that piece of the puzzle, unfortunately.
Totally. Yep.
But you don't. Awesome. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for having me on, Hannah.
Yeah, thank you. And just go ahead and link your social media, your website in the comments, and people can find you, hire you to whip their butts into shape. He does corporate wellness, he does mobile training, and they're starting online training. So yeah, he does all of it. He's amazing. So if you're ready to up-level your health, talk to Tanner, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Oh, also, people watching, post your comments and questions, and we'll get back to them as well. So I think...
Thanks, Hannah.
Bye.